If you really want to understand Donald Trump, you have to go back, way back. Not to the politics, but to a very specific time and place 1980s New York City. It was a city of wild extremes, a place just teetering on the edge of chaos. And it created the perfect stage for a real estate developer to build himself into a myth. To really see how, we've got to look at the two very different New Yorks that were living side by side. Okay, look at this. This slide really tells the whole story, doesn't it? On one side, you have Trump's New York. It's like a proto-reality TV show, all gold-plated towers, flashy casinos, and TV shows celebrating crazy wealth. But then, on the other side, that was the New York most people were living in, a city battling a perfect storm. The crack epidemic was tearing neighborhoods apart, racial wounds were raw after incidents like Howard Beach, and a massive homelessness crisis meant thousands were sleeping on the streets. This deep, deep anxiety, that's the key to this whole story. And there's no better example of Trump's emerging playbook than the story of an ice rink. A simple ice rink in the middle of Central Park. So picture this. By the mid-'80s, the Woolman Rink was a total joke, a real civic embarrassment. For 6 long years, the city tried, and failed, to get it rebuilt. They blew millions of dollars on some newfangled technology that just plain didn't work. So the rink just sat there, this perfect frozen symbol of government incompetence. And then in swoops Donald Trump. This timeline right here shows the narrative he was building plain as day. The city fumbles around for 6 years, getting nothing done. Trump takes over in May, and by November, that's less than 6 months later, the rink is open. Oh, and it's ahead of schedule and under budget. For New Yorkers who were just sick and tired of excuses, this felt like absolute magic. But see, it wasn't just about building. It was about the art of the deal. Listen to this quote from a former deputy mayor. It shows that Trump's real genius was his incredible chutzpah. He understood leverage and public perception better than anyone, and he really wasn't afraid to, let's say, bend the truth to get exactly what he wanted. So this skill, this knack for shaping how people saw things, it wasn't just for construction projects. It was for building a brand. Because Trump's biggest, grandest project wasn't a skyscraper. It was himself. I mean, he played the New York media landscape like a fiddle. Nobody had ever done it like this. He would feed gossip to the big columns like Page 6, so he became a source, a subject, and a star all at the same time. He wasn't just in the story. Half the time, he was writing the story. And what was the result? Well, you get headlines like this. The tabloids helped create this larger-than-life character, the dashing real estate tycoon. He was rich, he was a winner, and man, he was always in the headlines. This wasn't just news, it was full-on brand building. But what was going on behind the curtain? The reality was, well, pretty different. His own ghostwriter, the guy who sat with him for hundreds of hours to write The Art of the Deal, he saw something else completely. Not a dashing hero, but a man driven by one single all-consuming obsession, power and money. And yet, the myth was just so much more powerful than the reality. The Art of the Deal was a smash hit. It sold 1 million copies in just a few months. And just like that, it took his carefully built New York persona and beamed it out across the entire country. So, with his brand now established nationwide, he set his sights on a new frontier, a new playground. He moved from Manhattan to the anything-goes world of Atlantic City. And the ambition here, it was just staggering. He wasn't just going to build another casino. Oh no. He promised to build the Trump Taj Mahal, what he called the biggest, most expensive building ever constructed in the world. It was pure, unfiltered spectacle. And you can see the playbook crystal clear right here. Step 1, find a failing project. In this case, this giant steel frame of a half-built casino. Step 2, make an unbelievable, audacious promise. Step 3, use your political connections to smooth the way. And Step 4, the secret ingredient, finance the entire vision with mountains and mountains of debt. So what's the price tag for a dream like that? Almost $1 billion. Just let that number sink in. $930 million. The Taj Mahal wasn't just a building. It was a monument to his ambition, and it was an enormous financial gamble that would define his reputation for years. So how do we tie all of this together? The rink, the brand, the casinos, what's the common thread? Well, it all comes right back to the city that made him possible in the first place. Remember that tale of two cities from the beginning? Let's go back there. While Trump was building his golden empire, the rest of New York felt like it was falling apart. You had corruption scandals that destroyed any trust in government, crime felt rampant, racial tensions were at a boiling point. The general feeling was that the whole system was just broken. And this is the absolute key to the whole thing. Trump offered a powerful counter-narrative. In a city that felt weak, he projected strength. In a city dealing with decay, he built glittering, golden towers. He wasn't just a builder, he was a spectacle. And in the chaos of 1980s New York, people were desperate for a spectacle of winning. Which kind of leaves us with one big question, doesn't it? This whole playbook, the brash outsider, the media spectacle, the promise to fix a broken system with sheer force of will, was that just a New York story? Something that could only happen in that specific place at that specific time? Or was it a preview? Was it the first draft of a script we would all see play out on a much, much bigger stage?